Hello, must do 0063 back for more Make a Good Mega Man level contest number 2. Last time I cleared out 4 stages of the sort of the Wily area, so Wily 0 I'm calling it, the sort of spaceship ride to get to Wily Style Mark 2, and then took out Wily 1 made by Snowman Pyro, Wily 2 by Juby Hornet, and Wily 3 made by Angel. So yeah, those were all pretty fun stages. But yeah, what I said at the end of last part was that yeah, Wily 4, Guerreri's stage, the 4th judge, is humongous. It is also by far and away my least favourite Wily stage in this game. It is not only because it is humongous, but because it is insta-death crazy. So first off, let's just head to the left. But yeah, let me maybe explain the gimmick kind of first off. So while we don't get to play as other Robot Masters or such like that, basically this stage is built around a lot of what the winning contest entry actually was, with sort of forced usage of weapons over and over again. So here we are in this first area with just Hornet Chaser, as you can see from the pause menu. Everything else is disabled. I only had Hornet Chaser at my disposal. So yeah, it's pretty much trying to recreate. Well, I say maybe trying to recreate. It might be not quite what its intention is, but ultimately it ends up feeling like that. Yeah, Identity Crisis, Shinru's winning contest entry, where we effectively get forced into a powered up situation where we only have certain weapons or utilities at our disposal. But this is, by the way, the first Wily stage, chronologically, it's anyway to have noble nickels. So yeah, we have to go after them as well. I don't believe I can actually. Well, I can switch off the weapon. I presume I probably don't actually want Hornet Chaser now, because that was sort of the area to the left-hand side. I actually think maybe I'll select that and go through anyway, and I think it'll be taken off me. Yeah, fine. So, have I now got anything? Or, no, okay, I haven't got anything else but the Mega Buster. Okay, so I'm forced to be bare bones. I've only got the Mega Buster at my disposal. Fine. But yeah, anyway, not quite so much now. But, yeah, later on, this stage just go... Yeah, the reason it sort of ends up kind of paling in comparison to Identity Crisis, which is sort of with the use of Robot Master abilities and such like that, is because of the instant death stuff. It is just so hard to get through this level without dying left, right, and centre. I'm going to do my very best, but I would say it'd be an absolute flipping miracle if I were to get through this stage without dying at some point in time. So yeah, here we get introduced to the Sakagane pogo stick, and yeah, this is interesting. And I did read about this on the change log, I think, or the update log, because there's at least one good thing I think about this stage in terms of doing a let's play. This has been, although I'm slightly disappointed because I did manage to pull this off, but in the previous version, which I think was 1.2. These electric tracks here, which I don't feel like demonstrating because at some point in time I'm probably going to hit them anyway. But yeah, if you run into them, they now take off some health. These used to be spikes, which would have been a one-hit kill. So yeah, just imagine that, where you've got to do sort of a stage like this with a utility like this, with like Rush Jet, Super Arrow, and such like that. This was just so irritating to get through, particularly when it was just insta death all the time. You basically you messed up on something. It was a one-hit KO. So all those electrified sort of areas there, they were all spikes. You messed up once, immediate death, and you were stuffed. I haven't actually got anything at my disposal now. I have got the Sagakane still. Okay, until I go through this. So enter this area, and yeah, I'm going to take my time through this stage because yeah, it has, as I said, it has got noble nickels, and basically I'm going to have to do this sort of hub area here, if you will, multiple times. I'm going to have to go through 3 separate areas in order to get 3 keys, or 3 parts of a key, I think at least, that will enable me to unlock the gate to get a noble nickel. So yeah, it means it kind of extends the stage out quite substantially. Do these die in one hit? They do die in one hit. That's nice to know. Anyway, we're in the Slash Claw segment, in case you couldn't tell. It's a decent weapon, and I don't mind kind of using it in this kind of environment. But again, with a melee weapon, is one of those kind of ones that makes me nervous because yeah, I can't kind of obviously take out enemies from a distance. I've got to get right up and close and personal in their faces, and yeah, that always makes me incredibly nervous, especially in areas where there are lots of pits and spikes all over the place. Now, I did say earlier that, for instance, those electrified areas previously were spikes, but are now, you know, electrified areas, and there wouldn't be a one-hit KO. Here we've still got, you know, spikes on the floor, so one misstep here and I'm done. But I don't find it too bad in this kind of a scenario, because we're not using, you know, a utility item, if you will, to get through. But still, it's something to have to worry about. So I shall take my time as much as possible. One misstep, by the way, on any of these paths, and I would end up back to the sort of that hub area where the 3 branching paths were. So, yep. And I really can't say I'm a fan of this. If you're gonna use a slash claw segment, I'd really rather you didn't spam bulky enemies. This just makes it incredibly difficult to get through. You're going to tank a lot of damage from just the fact they are bulky enemies. Yeah, I don't mind the platforming challenges per se, but yeah, bulky enemy challenges or spamming bulky enemies with the slash claw, no thank you. And frankly, this is the height of tedium, this section, sort of going down this block path. I mean, it's fine. There's no danger of you know, dying or anything like that. But it feels like it goes on for quite a long time, fairly unnecessarily. But oh well. At least there's no real risk of dying. And there was the key I got. So, or the one key. You can see the other 2 there on the left-hand side, and also a noble nickel. So what I want to do here is go in the teleporter that takes me back to the screen. We'll see in a minute. This level also seems to have quite a few loading time, or lengthy loading times anyway. But anyway, yeah, I went up previously just to show it off again. I did that slash claw segment, but we've obviously done that this time. So this time we'll go down and to the left, and we get a rush jet section. So yeah, nothing else at our disposal but rush jet, and we've got to go through this platform, this tight area here. At least the arrows, for the most part, sort of tell you where you need to go. But yeah, can be again incredibly nervous, and I don't like that at all. Can I disable that and shoot you a bit higher? I can't select. This is what kind of bugs me on this menu as well. It is at some points of time it seems absolutely impossible to select various weapons. So I've got to do it via the. I mean, it's not a dreadful thing. That's just way too. I want it up in. I want it in the air, somewhat. Really? All right. Well, we'll have to do that then. Okay, fine. I can still make it. But yeah, I find it hard at some points in time to be able to switch weapons. It doesn't seem to sort of allow me to switch, if some are disabled, to actually get to certain ones. But anyway, there's the rush jet section done, and we get our second key. So one more path to do as we wait for the level to load again. It's actually going pretty well at the moment. I don't want to jinx things, but I can't say I'm too disappointed with how this is going at the moment. But anyway. Here's our third path, and it's the wheel time for wheel cutter. And this one always makes me incredibly nervous because I never seem to do a good job with the wheel cutter with its momentum. It's awfully temperamental, I find, and that was dumb to the nth degree. I don't even know what I was thinking there. The one thing that absolutely terrifies me is that the keys stayed. And I don't have to do that all in one death or all in one go, because if I have to, I don't believe that is the case. If that is the case, then screw this level in its entirety. But I don't think that is the case. We'll find out when I finally clear this wheel cutter section, which, to be honest, I thought was going to be the most annoying one there. I don't mind the slash claw section, other than the enemy spam bit, but frankly, even with the enemy spam, there's not really a risk of instant death. The rush jet section, I don't really have a problem with. The one that is going to trip me up is going to be the wheel cutter segment. So you need to make sort of small movements, and again make sure that you've got enough momentum, to get up everywhere. I'm going to have a little look here actually and see where, just a little bit, and see where I need to go. So I need to kind of alternate quite a lot between left and right here. Okay. Okay, that's safe. I wasn't paying attention. Can I just go straight out or not? No, I can't go straight out. Oh no! What? What the hell happened there? I swear I didn't, like, move to the left, or if I did, I, like, flicked the button the tiniest amount, and at the worst bloody opportunity, unfreaking believable. The exit was right there. If I'd actually just continued going higher up there, I would have been fine, because there weren't spikes above my head. It would have just carried me into a block. So great. That was safe down there, wasn't it? Oh, I don't believe that. Yeah, there was tons of room there. I shouldn't have messed up there. That was bad. Okay, move to the right, and then yeah, just that'll do. Oh God, no! What the hell just happened in my brain there? For some reason, I thought like I was going to be out or done with the screen, and then all of a sudden I just twitched again, and it's like I want to be the guy, isn't it? Like, you know, I will go on record so many times and say that every sodding time, really, every sodding time I twitch, it usually ends up in a death because I jump into something. There, I didn't jump, although I feel like I probably would have died anyway on the spikes and to the spikes on the ceiling. But can you believe it? That time I twitched and actually shot because I used the wheel cutter to go up the bloody wall. If I did that in I Want to Be the Guy, I wouldn't, in fan games, I wouldn't have a problem. If I train myself to shoot when I twitch, I'd love that. But unbelievable, the time where I'm playing a Mega Man, that did not look like I hit it. The time I'm playing a Mega Man game, I twitch, I shoot and screw myself over. Yeah, did I mention I don't like the wheel cutter section? Way too precise, way too annoying. I don't mind using the wheel cutter in this way as a gimmick in general, but there's just too many spikes around here, and you've got to be. Feels like you need to be like way too exact at times. I've had a couple of really stupid deaths that, that I hold my hand up and say, yeah, that was just me being stupid, but it's nerve-wracking. Right, don't jump. But I do want to fall down gradually. Okay. Right. Got my third little key. Got the noble nickel. Fine. Let's move on. Yeah, that was bad. And this section again, by the way. So yeah, you're obviously seeing that was pretty bad. You have to wait for the arrows to go away now, and I timed that terribly. And I could actually be safe if I'd stayed on the super arrow anyway, so I should have stayed on it. But yeah, expect many deaths to this bit as well. Although perhaps fewer than I experienced first time around, because, well, yeah, as I already mentioned, these wow, really? These used to be spikes. These did not used to be, so I would have died there. I would have died there. That would have been a death. I would have rammed into a spike, not the electric barrier, and I would have died. This section is just really, really freaking annoying. That's bad, and at least I can stand on that thing. That's bad as well. I mean, look how many bloody hits I've taken here. I think I'm through, and yeah, thankfully the don't die immediately saved me. Oh God, do I have to do this flawlessly? If I die to Gravity Man and have to redo that super arrow bit, I'm going to be super friggin' annoyed. And usually Gravity Man doesn't pose any kind of a problem to me or make me nervous at all, but when I've only got one hit and I've just completed a particularly annoying super arrow platforming section over countless bottomless pits and all sorts, then yeah, you bet your bottom dollar I'm nervous here. I also want to take him out while I'm upside down. I think that gives the slightly easier of the two paths here. I'm debating whether or not I'll show this off, as the other path off, because quite frankly I don't really like this stage, but yeah, I probably will let's put dual satellite on. Yeah, I probably will, but yeah, we'll see. I'm also slightly worried because I do know there's a point here where I think some of the enemies sort of end up getting through with dual satellite here. It's not a perfect protector here, funnily enough. What? And there, I think there's your proof of that. I think I was sliding through, so I can't see how I possibly would have hit the spikes there. I presume I must have hit the or the enemy killed me. Obviously, with full health now, if that happens again, that won't be a problem. But yeah. And essentially, I think every time you drop here, you want to hold the other direction. Yeah, I got hit there again. But yeah, every time you sort of drop here, you want to hold the opposite. You want to sort of hold the opposite direction to get sort of loop round and not land on the spikes. That was irritating because I felt like I'd kind of pulled that off pretty well there. But yeah, I only had one hit left, and unfortunately, that kind of screwed me over. So, have I got everything now? I've got yeah, full of everything. So let's go deal with the last set of noble nickels. So here you want to use Grab Buster to yeah, take out the blocks and also the enemies. Don't want to take out too many blocks. I didn't actually think that the thing was gonna. Why is that blocked off? What? Why is that blocked off? Because I okay. Okay, my bad. Not appreciated what I need to do there. Yep, okay. We'll see that again actually in a minute in another gimmick. But I think I've twigged what I need to do. So I need to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, my bad. Not paying attention. We need to only. So you see the grey ones? I've got like a bomb symbol on them. We need to not take out any of the grey blocks. If we take out a grey block, it will. Yeah, it will put the barrier up. So this time I've done a better job. I didn't take out any of the grey blocks. So yeah, no barrier this time, and we can get out. Fine. My fault, not appreciating what was going on there. Oh, these things are going to be taken out with the Grab Buster. Fine. Cool. Yeah, we'll see that. We'll see that kind of idea in play again in just a moment, actually. Super arrow to get out. Oh no, wheel cutter. I can use wheel cutter. I did that before, didn't I? What's my problem? So we'll head to the left, and I guess I'll demonstrate it here as well. So these blocks you need to destroy with triple blade. But as you can see up the top there as well, with the blocks that now appeared, I took out a block with a bomb on it. So yeah, now all of a sudden there's a barrier up. And so don't worry if you do mess this up, like I did with the Grab Buster section. You can exit the area, go back in, and redo it. So yeah, now we're set. So I'm going to use wheel cutter to get up that high, and then apparently not hit triple blade for some reason. Yeah, do it that way. So I'm avoiding the obviously the low block there. This one just requires a little bit of careful placement, but if you sort of do a full jump fairly close to the blocks and then triple blade, you should be fine. So I think that's the fourth noble nickel, which means there's one more. And I think it's up there, but that does make me kind of think that there are actually quite a few alternate paths that we've not seen, because there's an area. Well, the one what the hell was that? The one that I previously mentioned, and also the one I could go back to the right here and show it off. But I think there's one that was sort of through there, up there. I don't know what that is, but I assume that's. Oh, is that maybe the alternate path? No, never mind. I think that might be the other path where it would come out. If I'd gone to beaten Gravity Man when I was right side up. I think that's where it would have come out, actually. So I think this is indeed the exit for the stage I'm looking for. So, okay, cool. Come on, I want you to get rid of those things, because they're slightly in the way. Thank you. Now we're going to have some fun trying to get out of here. Oh, it wasn't too bad, actually. I expected that to be a lot worse. Should I put your satellite on just to make this easier for myself? Probably. In fact, I can't do. Okay, I'm switched back to my weapon, and I can't select anything else. Okay, so I'm constrained to the Mega Buster. Okay, fine. That feels a little bit unnecessary, to be honest, but oh well. yeah, we've got a wave bike section. Fortunately, everything seems to sort of die, you know, there's not a lot of enemies that take a lot of hits to kill, but yeah, you want to keep on the upper track there. That's our last noble nickel. And I'm actually surprised at how quick I managed to do that level. It's only been about 20 minutes or so. So, yay. I think I got all 5 noble nickels, and we're at the boss. So, yay. That actually went surprisingly well. And I think you can clearly see, I mean, I didn't do too great in the super arrow section because I got hit a lot, but I managed to get through it. Just imagine that section with spikes and, yeah, that's horrible. But, yeah, clearly the wheel cutter section was the one that caused the most problems, as I thought it might do. So I knew with the rush jet bit was fine, I knew the slash goal bit was fine. The pogo stick area, I knew it had been replaced. The spikes had been replaced with the electric tracks. Also, the super arrow section as well. So yeah, the wheel cutter section I knew was going to be the problem because I was pretty sure there were still going to be spikes there. They couldn't really replace those with the electric barriers or whatever. So, yay. The wheel cutter section was horrible, but everything else was actually not so bad. And this boss isn't so bad either, actually. It feels like it could be a little bit luck-based on what moves it chooses to do, but basically the gimmick to this one is we've got this thing that's bounding around the screen, and what is that? That's not triple blade, is it? No. I don't even know what that is actually. Flash stopper? No, it's this thing. Way to be awkward. Yeah, I'm probably going to die here because that's gone terribly. But yeah, that's the wrong weapon as well. So basically, anyway, this thing like bounds around the room, shoots out various projectiles, and its weakness is whatever is showing as the weapon at the time. So that one was Grab Buster, for instance. Now it's Triple Blade. Triple Blade, I said. And yeah, we need to get out the weapon weakness. The weapon that the thing is clearly showing as being what it's selected. So yeah, it's kind of awkward. It depends how the thing bounces. It depends very much. I feel like, whoops, wrong weapon. I feel like it depends very much on which one it selects. It also can do super arrow, by the way, which is incredibly annoying to hit it with. Yeah, I'm going to die here because this thing is incredibly hard to hit with this. I'm probably going to die here anyway. I'm not going to use an E-tank because I've got some health back for that. That might save me. That might save me at the end of the day. That little bit of extra health. You would do that, wouldn't you, for the last one? You would do that for the last one. Why make it the pogo stick one? Why not one where I could actually sodding hit you? Blair. Well, I didn't quite go in with full health, did I? So if I'd been full health, I'd have probably survived that. Oh dear. Anyway, you've got a feel for it. You've got a feel for the boss now. It can be fun. It can be frustrating depending on what moves it wants to do, whether it bounces sort of in range, and all that kind of stuff. This one I find particularly irritating, not least because I find it a pain in the neck to hit it with this thing without getting hit myself. Particularly when it sort of comes down at this kind of an angle where it's pissing about at the top of the screen for an extended period of time. Also, hitting the sword with a super arrow is incredibly annoying. I mean, you have obviously got infinite weapons at your disposal here, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, no, it's much easier to hit it with certain weapons than others. I really don't like slash core either because it requires me to get pretty up close to it, which I'm not a fan of. So yeah, some weapons that it chooses to select don't really have a problem with. Some are far more annoying than others. Yeah, apologies. I'm sort of selecting the weapon screen again. I'm not going to be cycling through them with the left, right, and right buttons to progress through. Sorry, I just haven't got enough knowledge of which ones comes in which order for that. Plus, also when I'm mucking around, sort of in such a hectic fight, I want to sort of almost take a bit of a breather and see what it's doing. And I hate that Hornet Chaser one as well, by the way. It sort of seems to send out a bloody, really frigging hard to avoid attack. Anyway, enough moaning. It can be a fun fight at times. I feel like it's a little bit of luck of the draw to me as to what moves it does, but yeah, it can be fun. and it's not too bad. It'll take you a few goes to get used to it, but yeah, it's okay. And here we are in Wily 5 Ace Box level. But yeah, if I have to say something about the obviously Wily 4, based on going back to the level, I'm amazed it only took me 20 minutes to do. Although I say the screen the area has been significantly nerfed with the electrified platforms rather than the one-hit KO with spikes and such like that. So it's substantially nerfed, which I really appreciate. But yeah, it feels like it's trying to mimic. Well, maybe not trying to mimic per se, but yeah, well, that wasn't the intention. But ultimately, it feels like it's mimicking the winning contest entry, where using sort of forced usage of kind of robot master powers and such like that. But whereas the winning contest entry by Shinryu Identity Crisis didn't have instant death all over the place, that stage does, and it just means you die over and over and over again. Although, frankly, going through there, apart from the wheel cutter section, I'm pretty happy with that. That went about as well as I could have probably hoped, other than the wheel cutter section. So, yeah, too long, too much instant death. Least favourite Wily stage of this game by far. Anyway, here we are on Wily 5 Ace Box level. Warning, heavy duty magnets in use. Avoid wearing metallic items. Well, bugger. We're in for a bit of a tricky time then. And this level does a fantastic job of introducing, introduces a fabulous little new gimmick, which I'll save talking about until we actually see it, because I feel like I don't want to get ahead of myself. But yeah, this introduces a really nice, unique gimmick that I've not seen anywhere else. I guess by its very nature it would be unique, but yeah, this magnet. So yeah, how it works, and again, it introduces it in a kind of a safe environment first off. Basically, if the little kind of shield I've got, that I've got now on my person is facing a magnet, in this area at least anyway, then I get pulled in toward that magnet. So yeah, we're going to be using this, and in particular, I love this sort of section. So for instance, if I just try to jump to the right, I can't do it, or probably slide either. Yeah, so what I have to do is jump and then face back to the left. So because then the magnet is going in the opposite direction. Can I slide through that? Yeah, yeah. The magnet's going the opposite direction, and it's not going to pull me back to it. Not going to pull me back. So yeah, that lends itself to some really nice sections where we have to think very much about what we're doing with the magnets. I think we can just slide through that. Yeah, cool. And this stage also has noble nickels, as you can clearly see up there as well. I might just decide to cheese that. Just for a bit of safety. Need to get the super arrow right though. Cool. Yeah, I feel like we've died enough during this part, or during this part of this Let's Play. So yeah, the key would be, I'm sure. Well, obviously the idea would be you can, with the extra magnets pulling you toward the noble nickel. I'm sure you can land on the platform to the left of those spikes, make a jump, and you'll get across there. But yeah, sorry, not going to risk it. And then we get to that little section with the barrier there, and it actually takes away our magnet. So yeah, we're back to regular platforming now. Don't have to worry about any magnets pulling us. We will in a moment. We'll have another magnet gimmick to deal with. But yeah, for the moment we're sort of nice shot in the clear, so to speak. Oh good, a room with some health in that I can refill myself on. Yeah, that's a nice breather room after the room with pits and spikes falling down from the ceiling. Spike balls that probably wouldn't be insta-kill, but frankly if I got hit by them would probably screw me over. And another, well, I would hesitate to say rush jet section, because it's not quite the case. We've got this platform that we're on here, and yeah, we've got enemies coming from either side of the screen to have to deal with. Again, if you wanted to cheese this, dual satellite, I'm sure would pretty much take out. I think all these ones are going down in one hit, so dual satellite would be certainly a way to go. Frankly, given how terribly this has gone so far, I probably should have been using it myself. But again, let's not completely cheese this section. Let's at least all the other little goodies and things we're dropping were just falling in the pit. So nice that the full health actually stayed on screen, and I was able to collect it. But yeah, it's still not too difficult. I mean, that wasn't that tricky. But yeah, dual satellite would certainly go a long way to helping in that section. Down we go. Do I want to go left or down? think I probably want to go left, but let's just check out down first, because I can always go back up. Yep, cool, noble nickel. That I guess was probably going to use super arrow for. Fairly straightforward nickel. I couldn't really do that any other way, so yeah, didn't feel like certainly didn't cheese that one at least. Okay, we saw this screen, didn't we? So we just got this one big enemy here. Which didn't jump long, thankfully. Okay, let's sort out the platforms while I can. And here we go. We're going to get our second magnet section. So yeah, as soon as we go into this barrier, we're going to get the magnet, and this works in the opposite way. So now it pulls us into it. Now it pulls us into it if it's in the opposite direction to which Mega Man's facing. So it's behind us. So yeah, lends itself to obviously the same gimmick, if you will, but used in a different way. So yeah, while I get my bearings as to what's going on here, yeah, we need the key. We need the key first. That's a bit irritating, particularly as those enemies are down there now. But yeah, this one we actually need to face the magnets, and we'll in order to avoid getting pulled in. Although obviously sometimes we do want to get pulled in, but yeah, I really like how it sort of just mixes up the way the magnets work. It's really, really cleverly done. Dang it! Probably going to hit me again now as well, isn't it? It feels like there's gravity sort of in place here for some reason. With that. But there really shouldn't be. Right, let's take care of you. I already hit the platform. Accidentally. I wasn't trying to do that, but I must have already hit it while doing something, while hitting the enemy or bouncing on the spring. Okay, I can't hit you from there. Good. Rather take you out there than while I'm mucking around over spikes. Be careful here not to jump too high on the spikes, or on the springs, or you'll go into the spikes on the ceiling. We've still got the magnet around us, so don't forget that. I want that health, don't I? Oh, noble nickel. Looks like it could be... Didn't expect that to die. I don't like the look of getting out of there with that spring. Very much. Again, I'm bound to be possible, but let's not take any liberties. Let's just get out safely. I've forgotten how that worked. Okay, it was when I'm facing away from it. So yeah, I was very concerned there with a pit. It's facing. Yeah, when the shield's facing away from it, so when I'm facing. Yeah, so when I'm facing away from the magnet. Cool. It's disorientating as well. I will say that this gimmick, but no, really fun when you kind of get used to it. And wow, what can I say about the upcoming boss fights we're going to have, or should that be fights? Vault Man, Crash Man, Toad Man, Camuso Man, Gravity Man, Top Man, Guts Man. What you got in store for us? This is one hell of a fight. I'm going to try and get through this without using Robot Master weapons and also E-Tanks. I think there might be an achievement for doing so. But anyway, yeah, we've basically got 7 forms of this so-called Force boss. So this is the first one, Barbarian Force. He likes to, shoot a spiked ball that sort of circles around or homes in on my position, so I sort of want to slide away from it. He also likes to do, wow, I'm almost going to die on this bloody phase. That was an atrocious attempt. I think I'm going to get some health back, because yeah, I think you get some health during every phase, but that was an absolutely appalling go on the Barbarian Force. But yeah, funnily enough, he's probably one of the more difficult ones to do. This one, is it Piranha Force? I wasn't looking at the name. Is probably one of the easier ones. So now we go into the third one. Probably doesn't get to talk much about that, but yeah, now we go into the third one, Solar Force, which makes use of the magnets. So let me get these platforms up and running first off. But all this one basically does is, wow, is annoy the hell out of me, or make me play ridiculously clumsily. Is circle the screen, shooting these sort of pellet shots at you. So yeah, just get out of its way. Be careful, be mindful of the magnets. But frankly, I really don't think they sort of play havoc too much with where I want to move on screen. So yeah, that's a pretty easy one as well. Get some health back for the Falcon Force, which is probably one of the slightly more annoying ones in the sense that it spends a lot of its time out of range, unhittable, at least with the Buster. The Buster does, on the other hand, seem to shred its health quite nicely. I can't believe that, sort of like 2 bloody accidental slides there where I didn't want to. But yeah, that was, I take that back actually, that was pretty straightforward. The platform there goes with you everywhere you go, so there's no real danger there. So, and yeah, his health sort of seemed to go down ridiculously quick, so actually I don't have too much of a problem with that at all. Now we've got Lobster Force, so he sort of just, oh good grief, he stays at the top of the screen. He can make the platforms retract sometimes if the claw I think comes out and to reset them, but yeah, he stays at the top of the screen. He likes to shoot missiles which hit me. He also likes to shoot out his claw hand, and also this attack which you just need to be low for. He also does another attack which you've seen multiple times now, where he summons this spike ball along the floor, which you can slide under, and you want to take that out as quickly as possible. I think that's 5 of them done, yep. 6 is the Devil Force, which might make quite a lot of people panic, but yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, some of these little pieces of himself, obviously the devil that's sending out, are a little bit hard to sneak through, but it's not so bad. I don't particularly like the bit where he does the spike ball on the ground, because that's the spike ball on the chain, because that's quite hard to avoid. But he goes down pretty straightforwardly as well. And that brings us to our last one, the 7th and final one, Sagakane Force. So I didn't collect the energy element. Oh, sorry, the health. So this is a very hectic one. He spends a lot of the time pogoing around, and we've got the magnet again sucking us in. But yeah, it can be very hectic with obviously the magnet pulling you in places you don't want to go. I have a lot of trouble with the sliding as well. Also, dodging a lot of his attacks. I think I might end up... I'm actually probably going to die here, which is going to be incredibly disappointing. I think there is a challenge or an achievement for beating this without using E-tanks and only using the Buster. But and I might pull it off actually. Nice. Yeah, got a new costume available for doing it. Yeah, I think that is ultimately what the challenge or the costume is for doing that. But yeah, that last one, to be honest, maybe, or is it a noble nickel I get for doing that? I don't know. Either way, I'm not gonna complain about a new costume and the noble nickel. I think that will be all of them on that stage. And yeah, really hectic at the end there. That last one is probably the most annoying one for me. The magnet sort of throws me off a little bit. I tend to sort of slide around quite a bit anyway. And of course, with the magnet kind of pulling me all over the place, that can be a hell of a thing. It can be very difficult to avoid all the projectiles it sends out, and also avoid it when it starts pogoing around, because again, the magnet is pulling you from left to right and from pillar to post. There's probably a rhythm that you can get down for that. What you want to do and how I ended up winning that fight, because I thought I'd messed it up, frankly. Is I ended up by fluke getting the thing when it was on the ground, right in one of the corners of the screen, because then I could get to the other side of it on the ground, and all the sort of stones it was pulling up from the ground and flinging across didn't seem to reach that far away. So it was dead easy just to sort of stay in the other opposite corner and shoot away at it and be completely free and no danger of taking any damage. But yeah, no, for me that last form. It's definitely the hardest of the 7. All the other ones, I say, are pretty fine. The Barbarian Force one at the beginning is probably my second most tricky one, but I think all the other ones in between, the Piranha Force one, I think this Piranha is pretty fine. I'm not going to remember all these names, apologies, but Solar Force was pretty fine. That was just the one that was sort of the spike ball form that went round in the corners. The Falcon Force one was actually, yeah, because ultimately I think it seems to be that he sort of takes a lot of damage. Actually, wasn't nowhere near as bad as I thought, because I thought he would sort of spend a lot of time out of range. And he does spend a fair amount of time, but frankly, 2 cycles through, and I was able to sort of get him down there. I can't remember the 5th one off the top of my head now, but which is going to bug me because I can remember all the other ones now. No, it was the Lobster Force. Lobster Force. That one is generally fine. Just sort of stay low, frankly. If he shoots the spike ball that goes along the track at the bottom, slide under it and shoot it as much as possible. But yeah, just take your time. Jump up to the platforms, hit it in between its claws. But if you're at all nervous about a move it's going to do, head to the floor. There's nothing it can do when you're on the floor to hit you, unless it does the spike ball thing. But if it does do that, then it's not going to come at you quickly and you've got enough time to react to it. If you're up on the platforms shooting at it, which obviously you're going to do more damage when you're doing that, but yeah, you're in its range and it's much more liable to hit you. But if you're at the bottom, frankly, it can't really hit you. So just take your time with that, be patient. After it's done a move, maybe jump up and hit it, but then go back to the floor again. Wait for it to do another move, jump up and hit it, and should be fine. And then the Devil Force can be a bit tricky. As I say, some of the gaps in between those devil blobs can be hard to get through, and I've never seemed to be able to dodge the attack where he sort of does the spike chain thing that comes down from the ceiling. That scene always seems to get me, but yeah, it's the last one, the first and the last one, as you can clearly see there, because I pretty much lost all my health. I was about 1 hit away from dying on both of those ones. I did a terrible job on the first one, terrible job on the 7th one. All the other ones in between were pretty decent. So yeah, 1st and 7th would be the most tricky ones for me. But wow, what a boss fight! What a way to end that level. Yeah. I'm going to leave it there for this part. As say stage 4 and indeed stage 5 a little bit as well. Probably not actually too much. I think maybe stage 4 Wily 4 took me 25 minutes to get through, and Wily 5 took me. So yeah, Wily 4 took me 25 minutes, and Wily 5 then would take me just under 15. But I guess I should mention just reflect on the level as well. Yeah, a large part of it is obviously built around that magnet gimmick, which is really nice and innovative. I love that, and it uses it in both ways as well. So sometimes you need to be facing it, the magnet, in order for it to sort of pull you in. Or, you know, all the shield or magnet you've got, sort of, or the magnetic thing you've got on your tail, facing the magnets to sort of, you know, to get to where you need to. But sometimes you need to be facing the opposite direction. I love that. That's really never seen anything obviously like that in a you know, classic Mega Man certainly, or anything like that. And yeah, really interesting, unique gimmick, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, really like that level. Really like that level as well. I did say I would reflect on whether or not I think Wily 3 or Wily 5 is my favourite. I imagine Wily 5 might be a lot of people's favourites for that boss fight, and also the magnet gimmick is really nice as well. I think I probably will still say Wily 3 is probably, having just gone through Wily 5 now, my slight favourite, but Wily 5 is a close second for A Spark's level. Yeah, that's a really nice level with a amazing boss at the end and a really nice gimmick implemented into the stage. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Goodness only knows how long Wily 6 is going to take me to do. It's been about 2 minutes now since we actually saw the Wily Star sprite with the level select. It's a multi-person stage, but yeah. When I said Wily 4 was humongous, maybe I was exaggerating a little bit. Wily 6 is humongous. Wily 6 may well take me an hour to complete, from start to finish. I'm debating whether or not I will show off literally every screen in Wily 6, because I could, but not to spoil too much, but it's got a looping gimmick where you basically sort of go round in a loop. At certain points in time, I don't need to sort of go all the way around the loop, so I'll see how it goes. My inkling is that I'm probably not going to show off every screen, because there's probably not an awful lot to really show off, or any need to show off every screen, but yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I think my inkling is no, but yeah, you're not going to miss. If I don't, you're not going to be missing much. Trust me. But yeah, Wily 6 is humongous, and then some. So yeah, that will be its entire own video. But that is the last stage in the Wily Fortress. So yeah, Wily 6 will be one video, and hopefully we can get through it in one video. Don't have to split it across parts, and then that will be the end of the main game. Yay! So yeah, hope you'll join me next time for Wily 6. But until then, cheerio. Okay, so I decided to show off this other path, so yeah, that time I made sure to defeat Gravity Man when I was going to be on the floor rather than the ceiling. So that means instead of the path up there, we've got the path to the right, where we have use of the wire instead. And yay for placement! Well, I wonder how annoying this section's going to be. Okay. I think this would have the potential to be very annoying. I think if you're going to put spikes on the ceiling, but oh well. We'll see how it goes. I must admit, after that first section, on which I did terrible job positioning myself, this actually looks reasonable and fun. How in the world? Do I have to like? Yeah, I think I probably have to rush that section and take a hit. I don't see any other way of. Or maybe not. Maybe I'd have to take a hit, but let's probably do that anyway because probably it seems like, to be honest, the easiest way of doing it. And I find myself on the wrong side. No, I don't. I can go up. I can go up there, can't I? I was about to say I find myself on the wrong side of the screen, but doesn't really matter. I'm just going to drop down there and do that rather than make the jump. And it looks like we are indeed going to come out where I thought we were going to come out. So yes, we're back into this area. That was the area with the... can't go back that way now. That was the dual satellite area. And yeah, that area was the wire, which actually was a lot of fun. Funnily enough, I misplaced my positioning right at the beginning there, but yeah, other than that, that was actually fun and fairly reasonable. A few times where I felt like I had to take a few hits, but no, actually, I approve of the wire section. Yeah, that was actually pretty fun.